Minnesotan Jamie Hersch, NHL Network. You can watch Jamie on NHL tonight through the Stanley Cup Playoffs, and tonight, Thursday, it is Toronto and Montreal, 6:30 Central, to start that playoff series. Now, you know, you're an elite hockey mind, and you always have been. Granted, you're working with Bruce Boudreau. We got Kevin Weeks in the equation. I mean, you have some elite hockey minds with whom you work. I want your answer, okay? How do you solve Marc-Andre Fleury? Are you kidding me with these saves?
It's crazy. I had the pleasure of watching Fleury up close and personal when he took the Vegas Golden Knights all the way to the Cup final a few years ago. And he's amazing. He was amazing then, but the fact that now he's into his late 30s and still doing it, he's Kevin Weeks' pick to win the Vezina. So that just tells you everything you need to know right there about the kind of goalie the Wild are going up against. I will say, if he's shaky at all, it's pretty evident early. So I feel like he's due, right? Like, he can't be that good every single game. So whether it's game 3 or game 4 or game 5, as we're guaranteed at least 5 at this point, like, I think there's going to be a moment where he looks a little shaky early on, and if the Wild can just keep testing him, he might give up 4 or 5. Like, he has those nights still. So I'm hoping, anyway, the fan in me is hoping that eventually he will look shakier than he has, because to this point, even again last night, I mean, my gosh, like, the first period, it should have been 3-0 Minnesota in game 2, and it was scoreless, and then they ended up going on to lose. So I think Fleury is the only reason that Vegas is where they are right now.
And Jamie, I mean, if there was any doubt capturing the imagination of the nation that Kirill Kaprizov is either a superstar now or is absolutely that close to it, the attention he's getting with the way they're overplaying the lanes and the deep dive they've done on the film to see where he likes to go, kid still gets off wonderful passes. Man, he's being treated like a bona fide superstar.
He is, yeah. And that's what's even more impressive is that, you know, he's no longer taking people by surprise. He has a target on his back. Everyone knows if you play the Wild, that means you're stopping Kirill Kaprizov. And that's crazy that people already have that kind of respect for him. It took, you know, I mean, he's not a first overall draft pick or anything. This isn't Connor McDavid, but it's almost to that point where now he is the guy to stop if you're playing the Minnesota Wild. And I just love what he's done so far, and I love the way that he continues to just relish the big stage and enjoy the opportunity. And he does have experience. You know, I still think that he for sure should win the Calder. There's a lot of talk about, oh, he already played professionally for 5 years in Russia, this, that. I don't care. This is the NHL. This is the best league in the world. And so you're still a rookie. You should still win the Calder. That being said, the experience is invaluable that he had over in the KHL. And that's showing right now where he's not shying away from anything. And I think it's only a matter of time before we see him really light it up in the playoffs.
You mentioned Montreal with that game 1 against Toronto on NHL Network Thursday night, 6:30 Central, that they'll have fans. Wild will have 4,500 game 3, first home game against the 702. You watched that specifically the game 2, which took place on Tuesday at Las Vegas. You think there never was a pandemic. I mean, holy cow. Yeah. They were just going nuts and having the greatest time ever.
I know. It is so great to see fans back in the stands. And I don't know if you heard anything about Rod Brindamore and his comments he had over in Carolina after their game 1. But it was really cool to hear him talk about how it was bigger than hockey, because these people have been, you know, waiting to get back to any sense of normalcy for over a year now. And they were allowed to have 12,000 fans at their game 1. And that place was crazy. They were tailgating. The Brindamore kids were like out playing street hockey with other people's kids. And like, I mean, the whole thing. And then the building itself, even though it was only 12,000, I heard from people, Trip Tracy covers the team, he was in the building. He said that it was just as loud as any playoff game that was actually at capacity has ever been. And so that just shows you the kind of impact that fans can have on the games, and especially these teams that were in the bubble last year. I mean, it's night and day. You can't fake fans being in the stands. You can pump in noise for the TV viewers, but all of the players will tell you that it was just bizarre and not fun to play without anyone in the stands. So it's great to see that there is a return, you know, a safe and healthy return for people to be able to go back and enjoy what we all love to do, which is watch hockey in person.
What was back in high school? What was your best sport?
My best sport that I played, I was good in volleyball. Okay. I played slow pitch softball for fun. Played
Okay.
fast pitch for a couple years, but volleyball.
But knowing you as long as I have, so you were elite at volleyball. Your husband is a champion D-League softball player. I think they won titles in Andover, Fridley, Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, and Champlin. So you and I never played hockey. And here's Matt Dumba laying his body on the line to block 8 shots. Can you imagine how much that hurts?
No, I can't. Oh, like the puck hurts if you just even like drop it on your toe, right? Like I've dropped plenty of pucks on my toe playing with my kid. That hurts. Having it slap shotted into you at 100 miles per hour. I mean, I can't even imagine it. And I hope he's okay. I mean, hockey players are the toughest athletes in the world, and it's amazing.
Do you, Miss Jamie Hersch, NHL Network, do you in any way miss Minnesota, or have you become edgy, cunning, crafty New York City girl?
Oh, I definitely miss Minnesota. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you in a ponytail and workout clothes. It's not like I'm a fashionista right now. No, I definitely miss Minnesota. I'm actually going to be back there for a few days in June, and the best time of the year to get out there. And it's been a year and a half since I've been there. It was Hockey Day 2020 that I was there last, and had no idea it would be so long till I could return. So I totally miss Minnesota. I'm just horrified at what the Twins have been doing lately, but I'm equally as excited about the Wild. So my point in saying that is that I'm still very much locked into the Twin Cities sports scene, and love catching your show here and there. And yeah, it's definitely always going to be home, no matter where my career kind of takes me.
Lastly, through the early stages of the Stanley Cup playoffs, been some great games. Boston, Washington, spine tinglers, Wild Series, unbelievable. My favorite moment in everything I've seen so far, and I saw it via the highlights on NHL Network last night, Patrick Maroon looking at the Florida Panthers and saying, "You're chicken," okay? And then somebody like yelled at him saying, "Me?" And he goes, "No, all of you, chicken."
Zing!
Are you kidding me? How cool was that?
It was really cool. And that series has been everybody's favorites. We've had a lot of player guests on recently this week on our different shows. And all of them have said that that's their favorite series to watch so far because of the fireworks after every single whistle. I mean, you think that these two have a lengthy playoff history. No, this is the first time that Florida and Tampa have played each other in the playoffs, but you wouldn't know it by the way that it's gone down. So Pat Maroon, I mean, he's earned the right to do that, in my opinion. He's a back-to-back Stanley Cup champ with 2 different teams. So that's hilarious to me. And I was really hoping that Florida would then score a goal and do that as a selly. I mean, that would have been the ultimate, like, in your face, here you go. Didn't happen. So until proven otherwise, Pat Maroon and the Lightning get to do whatever they want. So I don't know.
Wait a minute. Did I miss at Jamie Hersch on Twitter doing just the cutest little drawing of a path to the Stanley Cup? And I mean, basically connecting the dots and coloring. Did I miss that?
Probably. Well, the brackets are all messed up this year because it's all reseeded, right? And so if like Edmonton had finished over here, but Boston was higher ranked, and they have to like mix up the whole thing. So yeah, I definitely used a purple highlighter to fill out the bracket. I don't know. Some things haven't changed.
Hey, God bless you and your family, young lady. Best of luck with that child in July. And thanks a lot for the time. We will be watching you and the Maple Leafs and Canadiens, 6:30 Central this evening, NHL Network. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you. So good to see you today.